Have you ever wondered where Nick Fuentes has gone? Especially after all his interesting views on certain minorities. Well, I got a picture to show you. Look at that smiling face. It's almost as cool as Trump's mugshot. Nick got arrested for alleged battery on a woman. But in all seriousness, never forget this saying. You're innocent till proven guilty. Even when you're tweeting the most unhinged stuff on the internet. It's up to the accusers to prove his guilt. And no, I'm not on his side either. I don't take this guy seriously. For me, he's like Paul Miller, aka Gypsy Crusader. They're there for stupid entertainment. But what is this battery charge about? Well, there was this lady that was constantly harassing Nick because he had a different political idea. She was in front of his house banging on the door. Thank you, The Guardian, for letting me know that this woman is Brazilian. It makes this case 20 times worse. So this nice lady that was clearly put in a self-defense situation was stalking Nick in his house. Like middle of the day, she was stalking Nick through the bushes, peeking inside the windows, constantly banging on his door. I mean, that's a clear self-defense situation for her.
If I had to defend myself outside your apartment, I'm watching you through your window, and I have to shoot through a crowd of people to defend myself. It's 2 a.m. It's a self-defense situation.
So Nick had enough. He was fearing for his life. He grabbed out the 50 cal sniper, but he knew he had to bring out even bigger guns. We're talking about a 57-year-old Brazilian woman that is clearly put in a self-defense situation. You can't take that lightly. So Nick opened his emergency locker and grabbed a pepper spray. The lady kept on banging and banging on his door until he had enough. He opened the door and sprayed her with the pepper spray. You had to see it. The almighty 57-year-old Dragon Slayer, Elden Master, was taken down by the spray of the peppers. No chug-jug, no shields. She straight up raw dogged that. And after that incident, she called the cops on him. So apart from the stupid details I've added into that story, there was the information that the authorities gave to the press. A woman kept harassing Nick outside of his house. He had enough and brought out the pepper spray. She fell on the concrete and broke her phone. Well, did Nick push her on the concrete? I don't know. Some news sources say yes, the other ones are not sure about it. And the video footage that was recorded at the time doesn't show any answers to this question, so I'll leave it up for interpretation. The police came at the site and interviewed them both separately. This is what The Guardian wrote. The report added that Fuentes claimed to police that he had received death threats as well as people showing up to his house unannounced after posting a political joke online that left him in fear for his life. He eventually became uncooperative and refused to further address the confrontation with Rose, as NBC News reported. Here's some legal advice that you should always remember for the rest of your life. You can't talk your way out of an interrogation in situations like these. Don't talk to the police and get a lawyer. For small misdemeanors, you won't get detectives on your ass, so you can chill a little more. But once the guys in the nice suits and badges come knocking at your house, then it's time for you to call Saul and shut up. You will never regret not telling them. And I find it quite disgusting that news outlets are using his silence as being uncooperative. He doesn't have to talk to anyone. You can't use someone's silence against them. Again, I don't align with Nick's ideologies, but I can tell the difference between a self-defense situation and an actual attack on someone. If you're as controversial as Nick Fuentes, you are bound to get death threats every single day. I won't be surprised if he even has been raided by SWAT teams multiple times. You should see this from his perspective. He is in constant fear because of these threats. There is someone yelling vile things right outside his home. You're scared to death. Perhaps that person outside wants to shoot you. You have no idea. So for him to grab something non-lethal is not that far-fetched in my eyes. The law wants you to call the police, but You don't know if these psychos will try to break in your house in the next 20 seconds. You got to be armed in this situation. It's your life or theirs. So after all this ruckus, Nick Fuentes was brought to the police station where they took a mugshot of him. Later that day he was freed and now he's back to live streaming. He's going to court on the 19th of December. This will be interesting. Perhaps we missed a few details, but nonetheless, innocent till proven guilty. Now he's selling merch with his mugshot picture, doing the same thing as Trump. That's quite funny. They can make a profit out of anything. But that's all the slop I got for today. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, you know the drill, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.